live. Let me check StreamYard streaming. All right, talk show watch now. I'm going to have to refresh the page here real quick to make sure you guys are seeing everything. All right, let me refresh page. Make sure I'm live here on StreamYard. Yep, I am. There I am. Look at, all right, sounds great. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. All right, good morning. Share where you're from and what the weather like is in your area right now. Right now it's going to be, well, of course, weather in San Diego is going to be about 81 degrees right now. Well, coming up pretty soon. Welcome to the Blender 3D and LightWave discussions. We're going to get rocking and rolling here in just about a couple minutes. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm going to, while I'm thinking about it, I am going to send a quick little notice to all the Facebook friends to come and join us. Welcome to the Blender 3D and LightWave discussions. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to put on here this. I'm going to share this on Facebook. Come join in live for the Blender 3D and ampersand LightWave discussions. And I'm going to give you guys this notice here on Twitch, so you can send to your friends as well. And there's the link. There we go. I'm going to copy and paste it. I'm going to put it into the chat box. Share that with all of your friends on Facebook and social media that we are here. I think in addition, what I'll do is put in a different type of an image. It's always kind of fun putting 3D promotional images up there. And promotional images, illustration. There we go. Okay, so let's put in that one. Cool. I like that one. All right, so we should, Facebook will see us. It is up there. Okay, great. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Let's see who's here. All right, good. So we should have, share that with everybody. Come and join the Blender 3D. You can just copy and paste it, put in your Facebook feed, Twitter feed, Blue Sky feed, whatever you may have. Welcome again to another Blender 3D and LightWave broadcast. Hello, Chris Dawson's here. So let's see, Chris, I'm going to put the link. I'm going to copy the link for those who are going to share. And I'm going to type it right here inside of a Twitch. All right, to share live. Here is the link. Cool. All right, you can join in that way. I'm going to post it up like this. All right, to share live, you can come and join us live to share what you're doing as an artist, techniques, maybe your portfolio. No, you can't just sit out and watch. You have to come on and harass me. Isn't that more fun? All right. So welcome, everybody. All right, numbers are popping up. People are coming in. We got a lot of little things we can do today. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do for you guys today. I'll make something up. Okay, Chris Dawson is here. So
I'm sorry, I just had
to. You had to come on and harass me, right? Hello. Oh, I love that. I can do that too. See?
Yeah.
It's better on this hand, though, I think. That's right. live long and prosper.
You know, on Vulcan you get I don't know, I think my mic is
I can hear you fine.
there's a delay.
Well, yes, probably would be a delay, I would assume.
You said that twice.
Well, that's because you have more than one window open for StreamYard or for Twitch. That means you got a double window
How
open.
about that?
Right. So you hear me twice.
No, now I don't. Now I don't. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, perfectly.
Okay, that's what it was. I had that Twitch thing open.
Okay.
So on Vulcan you get this,
right?
But on Earth you get
you don't get anything.
No, read between the lines.
Oh man! All right, David Glenn is here. Hey, David. So David, I just put the here. I'll copy and paste it again for your convenience. The join on live, jump on. So I'm going to do it again. Those who just come on, I'm not sure if they can actually see the previous stuff that I post here. So I'm going to put up there. Okay, join on live. Now, for those of you who are here watching, share this broadcast with all of your friends. And let me actually go get that link. I had it here. It's the Twitch link here. I'm going to go ahead and go to Twitch and give that to you again. So this is the Twitch link. Share this with your friends to come and join us. And I'm going to post that up here real quick as well. And David Glenn, I just posted the link up here for you to come on and share. There you go. Okay, there he is. Good morning, David.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm here.
Good.
I just woke up, so looks like somebody's out of power.
Somebody's out of power?
Yeah, not you, but
you mean me? No, it's just dark. It's dark because I'm right around my computers, and good compositors gotta have it dark.
Right. I remember working at I don't know if you know what Fleetwood Coach is, but
no.
They were this place out in Riverside that build motorhomes and RV trailers and stuff. They had built the Bounder, and I was in school. It was summer, and it was close to graduation, and I managed to get myself. I'm sorry, my camera's
And does this have anything to do
with this is a crappy camera, so I can't control it.
Finally see you. I'm impressed.
It's fine. It will sometimes it will focus in and out. But anyway, when I was working over there, I was working at the computer room on digital systems of all crazy things, and they had AutoCAD in these very dark rooms, which is where they did a lot of the drafting and design for these trailers. Everything from how the coach was put together, the infrastructure, and all that, right down to what colors they picked for the furniture, as a permanent part of the RV. Was all generated within the room, and everything was still done with computer tape.
Yeah. But now here we are in the days of Blender now.
Yeah, well, Blender, AI, and a few other things,
I am sharing the wrong screen. Let me stop sharing this screen. Let me remove that
Are
one.
you online?
Excuse
Are we
me?
live?
Yeah, we are live, dude, and you're just talking about your life.
Well, I don't see us on
We
line.
are live. We are live. You look, go to Twitch. Go. I just sent up. I put the link in the Twitch link in the chat
Yeah.
box. Yeah, it's right there. We are live.
Hang on a second. Let me.
I don't really have anything to show. I don't need to
Oh,
have.
there it is. Okay, we're live. I just had to. I'm kind of frozen though.
Well, Chris, if you don't want to share, that's fine. You can, if you want to sit this one out, that's no.
Well,
Steve will be upset with you.
I have to leave in about, unfortunately, a little early, probably just before you break. But no, I'm happy to be here on the screen. But if there's somebody who wants to come in and you need that screen space.
Oh, don't worry. I only allow people on the screen space who are going to share.
I ain't got nothing to share. I mean,
Okay.
I don't even know how to share my screen or my desktop on here.
You've done it before. We'll next time you want to share, we'll go over that. But
no, I've never done it. I've never done it on this.
I thought you had.
I mean, look at me. I'm too old to do much of stuff like you youngins can do.
We do not.
Hey, look at me. Do I look young?
How does one share their screen on this?
At the bottom of your screen yard, as you'll see a picture of a monitor with a plus in the middle.
I suspected that looked suspicious.
Yeah, if you click on it, it'll say share screen.
Oh, all right. I mean, I would share some photography, but it's not. We're talking about Blender, so.
Yeah, we're talking about Blender. So we should get right to Blender techniques because everybody's watching us, waiting for us to stop talking about our life stories and talk about Blender.
Well, you see, it all started back in
the days when we did Blender. Well, Blender version 1 was horrible, actually.
I think I was still building physical models back in those days. I was shooting physical models.
Oh, and that was fun too. That was very enjoyable. Well, all right. So I figured now, David. We were talking earlier this week. You had discovered some AI stuff.
Yes.
AI features. You want to share a little bit of that with everybody?
AI. I'll share what I can. I ran into some. I tried to do some post processing using lip sync, and so far that's been a total disaster. But I did get some very interesting results. Let's say, tried to use Meta AI in Gork, I think is what X uses. Just to cover the bases and explore the possibilities. The results I got from that, though it wasn't what I expected, there was other things about it that I would say it kind of amused me on. It kind of spoke to me and said, "This is what I want," and because I'm getting to the point of trying to take some of the Blender stuff that you've been teaching in the class last week and applying it to Bunny Girl, the character I'm working on.
All right. So why don't you share your screen?
I'm working on it. You can see it's up. It's just not doing too much.
Yeah, I will. I'll remove my screen.
You can remove me if you need more space.
No, you're fine.
You're fine, Chris. Stop. Don't stress.
That's my middle name.
I'm going to bring this up. I already have it.
All right. I see your screen. I'm going to add
and
Bunny Girls.
Yeah. As you can see, I tried to get it to, this is what I tasked Meta AI to do. And I said,
take this image, which I had an image, which is right here.
Now, remember, a lot of people don't know what you're doing. Have probably never done this before. So talk to us like this is like the first time we've ever seen it.
This is a bunny girl as she stands. And even though her face needs a little more refinement, I've taken a little liberties and made her look a lot better than she did coming out of Tripo. To elaborate on that a little bit, I created this as a drawing that I had in a sketchbook that was like 15 years old, and I brought this in, colored it up, just using Photoshop I think I used Illustrator. I'm not too sure, 100% sure. But I took this. The result is I colored this. Took the sketch, colored it into a cartoon-like drawing, and I brought it into Gemini, into Nano Banana. And Nano Banana was probably, in fact, I probably should just go ahead and bring up Nano Banana.
And just a quick interruption. Bendy Fan is trying to jump into StreamYard. Bendy, if you do not have a microphone, there you are. Okay, I'm adding you in real quick. So, okay. So I'm gonna add them to, what is this? This is
I'm gonna go try bring up.
Konnichiwa. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. Hello, Bendy Fan, right? Who is this? Okay, you muted your microphone.
Yo.
Speak.
There we go. Now we can hear you. We can't hear you now. What's going on?
Let's see.
So, Bendy Fan, your microphone is
No,
on.
I was just grabbing my cat cookie.
Oh, who is this? The Bendy Fan?
Yep, that's me.
Okay? Well, keep talking so I know it's you. you stopped talking and it's kind of like, oh, did we lose him?
Yay, cats!
There we go. Hello.
Okay,
So
that's my cat cookie. Say hello.
So who has? Oh, there's the kitty.
Yay! Good looking cat.
Yeah,
that's my cat cookie.
So introduce yourself and share with us.
Hello, my name is Freddie Fan. I'm 17, turning 18 in July 2019.
Oh, we got
His cognito, his mask.
that's his mask. Ah,
Right on, man.
Yeah, that's me on stream.
ah. So how long have you been using Blender?
Oh, I used Blender once, but I was in school.
Oh, so you don't know Blender? So you
haven't used Blender. I think I know this guy. I recognize that icon.
Well,
He disappeared.
Disappeared.
no, I made him
I think he's a
disappear.
VTuber, isn't he?
Not sure. Not sure.
Reminds me of VTuber. Or at least I think I saw some of his. At least I've seen some of his stuff on YouTube, maybe.
Possibly.
But I recognize that guy. I wish he'd come back. I'd like to say hi to him.
Yeah. Well, how about if you continue on with your presentation?
Okay. While you're working those issues out, I'll continue. I'm gonna put myself in the open up the comments thing over here so I can hear people talking. From the Twitch side. Okay, like I say, I took a 15-year-old drawing, and at some point in life, I carried it out and I made this.
This was the original drawing, kind of refined, and all the sketch marks taken away and refined. And well, yeah, it's kind of a homely character, but it's clean and straightforward. So I took that character, and let's see if I can go back. Let's see, where is it? Where did I click before? Where did I get to this point? Is it here? Maybe, yeah. Okay, we're back to normal. I took this this character, brought it in through Hannah Banana. It's really not that hard to do. You can go in here and you can upload files or an image, which is what I did. And I brought this thing and I said, okay. I went up to the thing and I simply said, hey, put this image into a T-pose. And it seemed to understand that. And it brought up a T-pose. It more refined her mouth, which, I guess it thought that, yeah, if she's wearing a Playboy bunny suit, she has to be made, she has to have lipstick. And improved her eyes a little bit. There's a little more standout on the eyes. And I thought, hey, this is cool. But there was one thing I wanted to fix, and that was her legs. Her legs were too much together. I knew in my heart of hearts that if I ran this thing through Tripo, that I was going to have issues with her legs because because Tripo, I guess that's the name of it.
Right. So Tripo is another AI engine.
Yeah, I'm posing it in an AI engine. I want to give it it's an AI engine that is designed to create models. I wanted to I wanted to go out and part the limbs a bit, put it delicately. And so that's when I went over. I said, can we spread the layer legs just a little? I know that sounds bad, but trust me, I got the desired results. And that was here. The next thing I did is I generated this character as it stood. And it didn't turn out very bad. Let me see if I can get into give me a second here and get into Tripo. Me or somebody else? Start creating now. I just want to log in as thyself. Hang on a second. I got to take this off camera. Send code. This is one of the gripes I have with most of these AI stuff. Is I signed in and I got to do all this because it's not giving me a code. Okay,
Verification code. No. It is not giving me a code.
So we're seeing your logo right now?
Yeah, I'm just trying to log in. Give me a second.
All right, sure.
Okay, let's do this. Security. It's a pain. But necessary pain. Okay, that's okay. Send a code, you fool. I wonder if it sent it to my email. Give me a second.
Is that the verification code stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, so annoying.
Yeah, it sent it to me by email. Well, security, you know, if you plug in the money for this thing, you have to, and there's just so many ways to hack into this stuff. Now, let's see, where's my screen? There. That's SteamYard. And Gork. And where am I? Okay, David, where did all the... Oh, come on. I know we got this. Ah.
You've got this.
I got to send another code. It's part of the frustration of the whole thing. Refresh.
While you're doing that, I'm sending out more invites to the broadcast.
Ah, just a second. I'm almost there. Ah, just made it. Okay, I can bring this back out here. Bring this here. Maximize it. Let's take a look at.
Is this typo?
This is. Yeah. Give me a second to take a breath here. Yeah. This is TriPo.
Okay.
This is the thing that has. Anyway, I ran that model. Okay, kind of recap. I generated the model using, this is the model here. This is probably not the original model, but I'll discuss that along the way here. In fact, let me go back. Go back further. That was one of the things I did. I actually like this one. This was actually done using one image. I uploaded the image. I dropped the image, the image here into here, and I went into at the time I was operating. I was operating on the free subscription. So one of the things I had to make sure was that the topology was in quads, and I left the poly count the same, and I pretty much left everything else to its own devices. And this only cost me 40 credits, and the result was this, putting the character directly into Tripo, which was not bad. The downside is I was quickly running out of credits, and I had to come up with something else, and that was making this model. And I go into this model. This is a lot simpler platform later, but to get to what I wanted, I went with this. This is a very low poly version of this character. And it was also, since at this point I was behind the paywall, I got a lot more credits than I did before because I upgraded. You remember that. This is what happened post last week when we were online before, and you can see all the nuances. Get out of the gutter, David. I'm trying to move this thing up and down. You can see all the nuances of this character. I kind of liked it the way it is. But it was way too poly for even Blender.
You can turn on wireframe view as well.
I can. Good point. Thank you. I'm gonna try. I'll take all this up. You can see this thing from wireframe view, and even though this is very low poly, when I brought this into Blender, it even looked worse. It just doesn't seem to want to handle all the characters. Maybe there was some stuff that I wanted to some changes I had to make, probably in the UV textures and such. It probably could have been improved using a program like Substance Paint. But this is a pretty nice low poly model. And this was set up as a low poly sculpt using, I had set it to ultra. And this is in the behind the paywall kind of stuff. You kind of had to pay for it to do what I'm doing from this point forward. And I also had, I had set PBR, which is one of the reasons why she kind of glistens, because you get far more far more UV textures in PBR than you get just a plain model, just without PBR. But with PBR, all you get is UV and colors. You click this, you get a lot more. And that sometimes is a real pain in the rear. But there's something around here, and I'm kind of looking for it. Maybe I had to go. Oh, yeah. And one other thing that I did with this that I didn't do with this setting is I used multiple image, which allows you to take the front, which I had, and also add a left, a right, and a back. And I wanted to experiment with that. I didn't generate in parts. And so help me. Oh yeah, I turned on smart low poly, and that is what you got with the smart low poly. So I was wondering where I got that. I was searching here for it. Anyway, and you have to be in standard mode to use it. And because for some reason ultra gets automatically turned off, or I should say when you turn on smart low poly. So this was the result of that. And getting back and to get the side and the back, I went back to Gemini.
Okay, so I've got a question for you.
Yes.
Okay, you were saying this model is fairly low poly. So you chose not to use the more high definition option in Tripo?
I experimented with a low poly just to see what I got out of it in terms of way it looked in Blender.
Okay, so you haven't had a chance to experiment with the higher, because there's an
Oh,
option.
I'm getting to that.
Okay, got it. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
But in order to get to that, I have to explain how I used this option here.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
This is an option. This is a very important option in tripod, whether you're doing low poly or high poly or whatever, because it takes in many aspects of the character drawing, and to get that, I could have done a lot of drawing and whacked it out, but I figured, why do I do that when I can ask Gemini, aka Nana Banana, because that's the engine that's being used here. Why can't I just ask her or it to how do I get into calling AI her? Anyway. But anyway, I asked it to rotate the drawing 90 degrees so I could see her side. And this is what I got. And then I tried to flip it, and that didn't work. And finally it says, can you rotate her by 180 degrees? So I got that drawing, and that's where I got this drawing from. And then I tried to do the back, and this was the kind of the frustrating part with Hannah Banana, was to get a good backside of this character. I went this way. I tried asking again. I was like, okay, I'm gonna start playing games with this thing. And finally I said, hey, can I see her back? And I got her back. So I finally got that shot. And these are the three elements that is ideal to dragging something into here. And let's see if I can find those original drawings. I think it's still in my downloads. There they are. There's the front. I'll grab that and put it in. Here's the left. And I have to kind of stop and think, okay, what is this character's left? And I kind of have to bring it over here, and I kind of have to look at the other character. There's one, there's the other. Well, technically speaking, her bow is on her. I'm looking at her from her perspective. So I would possibly use this. Yeah, that's her left. As I was envisioning myself posing as a character, that's what it'd be. So I'm going to go choose that. Choose the right. which is the polar opposite, which is here. And then finally, that ever so elusive backside. Boom. Now,
Oh,
I've
awesome.
already created a low poly option. I'm going to do that. If you don't mind, I'm going to do the ultra.
That's awesome.
And question to the audience: do you want me to try generating the parts? Because I've never used that before.
Well, meaning, oh yeah, individual parts.
Do I or don't I?
If it doesn't work, we can always do the original.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a try. I haven't used this.
All right.
This is all part of experimentation. So what the heck? Generate parts. Is it supposed to be textured? Ooh, this might have quad. Generate parts isn't supported in quads. Interesting. I can generate parts, but it isn't supposed to be in quad mode. I have to use triangles. Do we still want to do this, ladies and gentlemen?
Well, it'll be interesting to see what it looks like. We can always go back and do the original quad version afterwards.
Okay. Let's give it a try. There's always the possibility of retopology somewhere in life, but we'll explore this just for the sake that, because it would be kind of nice if I can break this character down into parts. That to me personally is a big, huge plus for many, many reasons, including the possibility of turning her into a printable model. This is something you like to do. I know. So let's give that a shot. See what we get. It's only going to cost me 60 points, and I got enough to burn here.
And we also have the remesh feature in Blender as well, right?
Yeah.
To kind of retopologize the model.
Well, I figure no matter what, I'm probably going to have to do a little bit of remodeling. And I will show you, and you will see why in a moment. Because this thing literally interprets everything in the drawing as part of the UV. And to its credit, it will. Let's see. While that's cranking, let's see what I got going in. Oh, you'll like this. This is one of the characters. This is just while that's cranking, I'll entertain you with this. This is one of the renderings I did of Bunny Girl after I had brought it into Blender, did some corrections, and I went in and set up the set up. I kind of used the bot. I set her up using Mixamo. I rigged her and used Mixamo's built-in belly dancer animation on this character. And this is basically an HDR, which I borrowed from what it was, the Polyheaven, I think it's the name of it. The one you recommended to me?
Polyhaven.
So I got this dance studio. It came out as a salon kind of speak. I got this dance studio, Polyhaven, and she's posed her here next to a mirror. Now, I have this thing right now. Originally, it came out looking like that. And even though that is nice to have, you can't see, she's sort of like, she's sort of like a ghost or a specter or a vampire. You can't see a reflection. So I added a mirror. And that's the mirror. And the beauty of this is that, the downside, of course, it isn't perfect. I had to position the mirror. When you I'll drag it over here, and you can see this mirror is kind of bent out of shape. I designed it from the point of view of the camera, that it would take up the space of the mirror, and it leaves some it has some issues if you see it from, say, this perspective. But from the camera's perspective, it's it's pretty spot on. And I will play this, and despite the fact that it is in cycles, I'm doing this in cycles. I got this set so it will play pretty well. This is a little bit of speckling that goes on, but you can see in cycles, no mess, not Eve, but cycles. This is the quality that I'm getting in far as real-time, playback on Blender.
Nice.
I'll let that sink in for a little bit. To let Bunny Girl dance and entertain you while. In fact, if you want me to, I could get into how I wrote a song for this character. That was also doing AI. And it's not exactly a Blender topic, but I'm willing to share if anybody is interested in it. And that was done using I think it's Suno, which is an AI that actually writes music. Suno finally got the blessing of the MPAA. They were in the one point trying to sue Suno, but I guess they came to a sort of a truce when Warner Brothers Music decided to team up with Suno, and now it's kind of achieved a legitimacy in the art world. And in fact, there's a lot of stuff in Suno that I could go into that go way beyond the scope of Blender, which is one of the reasons why I've always resisted talking about it. But it's there. And I've created some really cool songs with it. But anyway, let's see how things are doing. And let me put this into pause.
Hey, Steve, I hate to jump in here, but I got a split. This is pretty interesting, David. Pretty wild stuff. So I'll have to check you guys out next week.
All right. Thank you for joining us, Chris. We'll see you next week.
Thank you so much, man.
All right. See you in a little bit. All yours, David.
Okay. Now I brought the thing back up. I've tried to bring her up. Let me turn this off. Turn that off. Interesting. Oh, there's cartoon mode. That's pretty cool. But there's one thing I've noticed that is a problem. Where is my UVs? Is it there, or did that disappear?
If it has textures, it has UVs. You can see them in Blender, that's for sure.
Well, anyway, let me bring this into You notice the other thing I noticed here is where's my wireframe? But wireframe mode is gone. But look at the detail.
Yeah.
Look at the detail of that. If nothing else, I could take this model and I can bring it into Blender and I can generate my own UVs, with blackjacks and hookers. I mean, anyway.
Now.
Onto the subject matter. Stop thinking from the gutter, David. But look at the quality of this. Of just like you got the backside. You got all the structure there. You got her. You got shoulder blades. You got everything, and she and look at that, and look at her face. That you got that smock in her eyes, in her mouth, and I bet, well, she needs a little adjustment, I think. Come on, David. Where's the button? I like that better than the first one.
Yeah, it's real.
That's a keeper.
So FYI, at the end of the broadcast, we're going to be doing a giveaway. Only happens after the broadcast is done. We do that. The last thing we do is do a little giveaway. It's going to be one of my 5-week introduction to Blender classes. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
It's not a bad class.
It's a very good, not a bad class. It's a great class.
It's a great class. It's a wonderful class.
Terrible.
You teach it well. You put up with me while I was taking it, so I'm not fun. Yeah, I was looking at this. The only thing that I would change in this character is look at the bow. That's the biggest flaw. But if that bow, let's look at it from. Let's see. Let's look at it from over. Let's click on overview here. That didn't help me much. Segmentation. This supposedly, I guess. This is how.
That's your UVs?
No, this is segmentation.
Oh, okay. I see.
This is how many parts that it generated. It's showing it right here. These are the parts that it generated.
So I was expecting to see the bra as one part and the clothing and the ears as another part, the hair as another part, and then let the whole body be one complete segment. But it didn't do that at all.
No. It's an AI after all. It's going to have its faults. And I guess you can come in. I'm not too sure.
That is not an ideal segmentation.
No.
Okay.
But from the aspect, I look at it from the aspect of a. I guess I do get a free retry if we want to give it another shot
and do it as a one whole piece instead of segmentation.
I suppose.
Because that's saved in your system, this one here.
There we go. Well, you know what? I like this model, so I'm going to keep it.
Okay.
Even with its flaws. I'll keep it and we'll take a look at it in Blender.
Okay.
let's do that. And we'll call it Bunny Girl. I like to compound everything. I capitalize the second word onward because in C++ and C++, over at Meta, that's what they forced us to do. That and the government. They're horrible. They're horrible, both of them. And we'll just call it segmented, which is probably not spelled right, but I'll give it 001 on the end because I like to, I'm going to say pack UVs. We'll put the bottom center, the center point on the bottom. And this is interesting. It says, it isn't going to tell me what it's going to export it as. Interesting. Oh, wow. Did we get anything? Come on. Speak to me. Let's see, where is it? Let me go into here. Go into downloads. No, it has not. Okay, it has not uploaded it. Let's try it again. Coming soon. Oh, I know I did wrong. Well, I'm gonna make this into maximum because I find that even though it will come up in Blender, and I'll just and that is working. Oops. Forgot that. Pack UVs and bottom center point. I'm probably going to have to redo that because of that. Hmm. 3D model zip. Let's do it again. And that's the one I'm going to end up using. Because I want all that stuff. If there's any UVs in this thing, I want to see them. There probably is not. But at the very least, maybe it'll give me a base that I can draw with. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go into Blender and it renamed it, but go back into this, and I'm just going to keep I'm going to call this 002. And for the sake of argument, I'm going to call this 001. And open this one up. And all we got is one model. Interesting.
Let's bring this out. Let's see.
What format are you?
FBX.
Yeah, it'll come out as one model.
Uh-huh.
But when you bring it to the blender, it should show up. Doesn't matter. You can break it up into layers if you want to, even if you need to.
Well, in Windows, you got this wonderful feature, and I sometimes use this to proof check my model. And this is what I get. No UVs.
Well, that doesn't mean there's no UVs. It just means that I'm not very sure about the Windows program. I haven't used this. You bring in the blender, go to your UV editing section. It should show you UVs.
Okay, we'll give it a shot.
Yeah, if you have texture on any model, you have UVs. That's just the way it works in 3D world. So
let me save this off. Bring in a new general. Take away cube, and we'll do a little importing. FBX. And I don't want OneDrive. It's in downloads. And it's dragging. Oh, I should have known it's just going to give me this. Okay, David, what is it? Always the little things. Let's see. This was saved as Bunny Girl model. 3D model. Yeah, I can bring that up. Bunny Girl model. I wonder if I take... Answer me this. If I took... Well, typo convert. And size modified today at 11:30. I think that's the one. And boom, we got something. Let's see what we have. We'll click on this. And it did fragment it. And as you say, it isn't very well done. But hey, oops. So let's see what we got. We'll go into UV editing. And it did break down the model. And it doesn't look particularly bad. I think better.
Yeah, there's your UVs.
Yeah, and the way it fragmented it. Now, I always judge. One of the things that I judge when I use something that is mechanically created is I look at it from what it gives me in terms of a UV model. Something that like this is not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but this is clean, relatively clean. This will load. This will be great for, say, if I took this model, I'm probably going to have to re-topologize it. But if I took this model and turned it into, made it a 3D model that would say work in a game, there's possibilities here. It is awfully, it's broken down in quads, which is like, but I kind of, personally, I kind of like this. I like the, if nothing else, I like the expression. If I could take her head, which I probably could do, and I copy this and add it as an asset to another body, that would be a huge plus. I think I could with this thing because the head did cleanly come off here, though I would have to also include her ears as well. And they're separate UV. You can already tell that they're separate UV parts, and that complicates things a little. But overall, yeah, there's elements of that are definitely keepers of this model. I'm gonna go. Let me go back to. Let me go back to this model. Let's see, topology settings. I'm going to put it into quads. I'm going to stick with ultra. I'm going to avoid generating it in parts this time. And I'm going to go over here. I guess you just can go over here and say, get a redo. And we'll see what we get. I wanted to keep that one because I particularly like that face. You know, the face of a character is very, very important. You know, and particularly if you get something that you can later go back and use for like the eyes, like the eyelids and the mouth, and modify that so you can animate that character later on using what I called in LightWave morphing. I forget what. Forgive me, I forget the terminology in Blender and Maya. I've gotten so used to that, and you know what I'm talking about, I'm sure. But while that's going on, I'm going to go back and look at this character again. But yeah, there's 2 UVs that are made up because it's been fragmented. And I bring this down, bring this and click on this, and let's see. That, no, they're different. This and that, no, they're different. They're different UVs. So each one of these would have to, be, I assume, colored individually. And to do that, you would want to go in to texture mode and pick a color. Let's pick red. And zoom in on our bunny ear, like so. And set the color. Whoops. Look at this. Strength is high. Huh. Oh, I guess I know why. Image. Create new image.
Are you trying to paint?
Yeah.
Okay, you've got to go to your bring up in the bottom your shader editor. Maybe on the left hand side, you can make a new window along the bottom. Bring up the shader window.
Okay. New material.
No. Did you bring it? Just bring up your. I think you already have a material applied. I think you have materials applied to all of these, right?
Well, I do now. It's white.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You just made a new material. So yeah,
Okay.
there you go. So what you're missing is the image node. So with that, with the principal BSDF selected, make sure it's highlighted white or make sure it's highlighted. Control T. Nope. Undo. Control Z. Control Z again. You got too many. You got. I think you did too many. Just Control Z. Go back to we have just your principal shader. Control Z is not working.
Yes, it is.
You gotta zoom in a little closer. It's hard to see. You got everything so tiny there.
Let me bring this up.
There you go. All right. So with that selected, now select your BSDF. Click on it. Click on the BSDF node.
Yep.
Okay, you clicked on it. It's highlighted white. Not quite sure what's going on. Hitting Control T should. There you go. Thank you. That's what you didn't have. That's got to be highlighted white for this to work or won't work. Control T or Command T. Control T.
I did.
Okay, there you go. All right, sorry, it was a little bit of a delay. That's all. Okay, so what you want to do is let me kind of maximize this here. All right, so then here, just new, yeah.
I was going to call
it. And if you want it white or black as a background, you can change that in the color swatch box. All right, then you should be able to paint now.
Oh yeah. Let me go into image and open
that image. It should actually you want to view that image. Oh, you want to put an image in there.
Yeah, you have to. You kind of have to.
Well,
otherwise you can't edit it.
Sorry, I thought you wanted to do custom painting over it with the paintbrush.
Yeah.
Okay.
In order to do that, what you got to do is you got to, you got this.
You should be able to paint over it anyway right now.
Well, let me try it. Okay. Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, when we click new, that was your image. It made a new image for you.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'd have to go in here and color all of this.
Right.
But I'm just going to do this real quick, so you kind of get the gist.
Are you using a stylus, by the way?
No, I'm using my. I'm being I'm being a ruffian and using my mouse.
Okay.
But you can see it's already gone through here and
it's
Right.
colored in a lot of this material. And
But zoom the UV map down so we can see the whole thing, the whole square.
look at the type. Yeah,
It's a mess.
it is. But
It's a,
that's what you're going to get with a computer. Yeah, with a computer behind the wheel. You're letting AI drive the show here, and that's something you really have to seriously think about when you're doing stuff in using AI. AI will never think, never think like a creator. It will always do things to the convenience of the algorithm and not to the individual who's trying to get something done. But every once in a while, you do get a good drawing. Speaking of drawings, I wonder what's going on with our other stuff. You want me to go back and shouldn't we go back and look at that? Yeah, it generated it again. But this time, it didn't give us
section.
No. I guess what I'm going to have to do, and I'm going to leave this as it is. Go into here and let's see, ultra, quad. What other goodies that am I forgetting? Generate parts, topology, texture. Maybe that was what I goofed up on. Let's give that I know it's going to end up costing me. Well, I'm going to just see if this will do it. I may have to go back, and it's suggesting me that I may have to pluck down another 60 credits. But before I go do that, let's give it another shot. I'm kind of hoping that by adjusting this, it'll have effect on that. But I have this gut feeling in the heart of my soul that it's going to make me pay for that new model, and I'll get whatever it gets, and it may not be the same as what I thought the first time. That's the other gripe I have with AI. I can't go up to this thing and say, "Hey, keep the face. I love the face, but give me some texture to it." And while that is going on, let's see. I want to see. Oops. Well, help them. I'm going to demonstrate a post-process function in Meta AI, just to show you what I've been dealing with. Maybe somebody can. Let's see. I'm going to go back. Let's see, right over here. I got these drawings, and I'm just going to pick
one of these. Like, I'm going to pick this one since I haven't really. She's visible enough. I'm going to pick this one. I kind of like her pose. Now, what I'm trying to do here is what's called is a sort of a bit of post-processing. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to go in here and in this case, I'm working with Meta AI. And Meta AI is a quirky little beast. When you're dealing with something that is connected to social networks, it's going to be this way. This is one of the reasons why AI gets a really bad rap, because of a lot of the slop that the AI creates is created using tools like Meta AI and Gork. And if I express one thing about this thing is much Meta AI tries to be a nice and respectable program, it doesn't do what it tells it to. Back here, I tried to ask it. I said, "Hey, take this image, turn it into a 10-second video. The character is a model, and see if it and to." Let's see if it will, and I'll kind of appeal to it. That's it. And I won't even take the image because this is an experiment. And this may crash like a few of the other things I got going today. Take this. I'm not going to take this image. I'm just going to say, give the model, or maybe I should use character. Give the character. Go back. Correct spelling. And make her look at the camera in a 10-second video sequence. Yeah, and go in, correct that. The thing about using generative AI is that you have to come up with a phrase that the program understands and it says, "Oh, I got it, no problem." Now, Meta AI will do video. And so and then on the other hand, let's see what we get. They got a little hint of it. Yeah, I think it's got the cusp of what it is. This is the way a lot of people make a lot of AI generated video. And okay, question 1. Is she looking at the camera? No. Question 2. Did I ask her to speak? No. Question 3. Did I ask for all this
fog in the lens, or maybe that's the mirror in the background. I'm not too sure. No, I didn't. All I asked her to do was look at the camera. But look at what we got. We got something, if nothing else, if I was to take a model of this model and work on her face as far as expressions and such, this is a good example to follow. This would be a good base for you to modify the face. Because, look what you get. You get mouth movement. That's very important about, if you're going to animate the mouth, how are you going to animate the mouth? Well, this is a good example. How am I going to deal the eyes? Well, I got eye movement here. Granted, I probably need a few other things that would be kind of nice, but I didn't ask her to lip sync to anything. So in the past, that I remember in the past, maybe let me bring this up. Click on this.
Do we have a link to this program so I can send it out to the group here?
It's called, you have Facebook, you have access to this. That's given. That's Meta AI.
Okay.
Meta AI is Facebook. Facebook is Meta AI.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I haven't played the voice yet. Let's see what we got.
So this is all free.
Yeah. And look, it hasn't changed the picture. Other than that, it hasn't changed the character. It's modified the thing. It's given her a look. And she does a nice turn of the camera, and you notice it in most modified AI and in most modified images that use AI. There is one example that our dear friend Mr. Trump pulled recently that is a very poor, but it's an example. And whoever modified that used a tool like this to do that. And this is one of the reasons why why AI really gets, I think, a bad rap, not just in the jobs, but on the slop. Technically, this is slop. In the hands of an artist, it could be something better. In the hands of a manager or a politician or a lawyer, God help us. That's my soapbox for the day.
Cool. Fantastic. Well, this is a perfect timing because now it's time for a 15-minute break.
Yeah, and I can go over. And there's a character again. And I don't see I don't see a change in I don't see any UV coming out here, which means I have to generate it here. But I do get this nice smile.
If you go to texture mode, do you have colors or anything?
Where's texture mode?
It should be right down there with the other buttons.
Well,
you're in the plain. Click this maybe a couple over.
This is a normal map.
Right. Go to the next one to the right.
This is the style. It's kind of because it does like a.
As one of those, it's the texture mode.
There's that, and then there's this. This is it's beautiful, but I find, but from a creator standpoint, I don't see much use in this. But anyway, that's just my attitude.
Yeah, we bring it in a blender and take a look at it and see if there's UVs there. It'll show you everything.
Okay.
All right, so let's take a break.
I'll bring it into Blender and
I'm going to
break.
I'm going to remove your screen, Glenn. And I'm going to put on my screen with the 15-minute timer. All right. 15-minute, take a stretch your legs, snack break, bathroom break, all that stuff. So we will be back after the timer is up. I will mute my mic temporarily. Okay, is that time? It is that time. All right. So, FYI, stick around. We're going to do a giveaway at the end of the broadcast. As I promised, I will do a 5-week a giveaway of the 5-week Intro to Blender 3D workshop. That begins. When does that begin? That's a good question. Let me go and get. Let me go and get my website. So my website, for anyone else who's interested, chromoillusion.com. I'm going to send you. I'm gonna give you the direct link to the Blender 3D workshops. So you go under the workshops link, go to the Blender 3D. They are all here. The intro, I'll give you the direct link to. There we go. I wanted to copy that and put that into the chat box. So this is the upcoming workshops in Blender that I'm doing. They're all 5-week workshops. So each week we meet one day a week. That is at Sunday mornings, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And so you're done before all the fun you want to have during the day. The first one we finished already. I will be starting that up again, the Blender character and rigging. But we're also finishing up the advanced class. So the intro class is coming up February 22nd. And then the animation, the Blender animation essentials, for those who feel like they have a good handling on modeling, the introduction, we'll be doing the animation, and that's going to start on April 19th. Okay. Then we got the Wonderfest class, which is an 8-hour day of Blender. And this, now, if you're not there in person, it's going to be through Zoom online. If you're there in person at Louisville, then you'll be in the classroom with me during Wonderfest. So that's there. You can register for that one as well. So check that out. I gave you the link there. So we will be doing a giveaway for the Intro to Blender 3D, which is a very, very good class. It's going to give you a solid foundation, understanding the hows and whys Blender work, and how to be more intuitive as you work creatively with the tools. Okay, there you go. I mean, you can go around and look at the rest of my website. If you go to the gallery, you've got my digital art prints, my photographic arts, and my 3D illustration art. You can check those out on your own. So let's go have some fun. So I figured, thank you, David. That was really, really good.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so that's I think that was pretty informative for everybody. I figured we'll do something in modeling now. So we'll model something. And I thought maybe what I'll do is something like modeling a wheel and a tire of some sort. So this is a wheel with a tire with varying views. And I thought maybe we'll do something like that, just to kind of like keep our modeling skills polished. And then if we have time, maybe we'll put it on a car or something and get it to move, animate it to get it to move. So, all right. So what I'm gonna do is bring these in as a reference. And I'm gonna mute David's mic here so there's less background noise temporarily. All right, so we're gonna play with this. So I've got several different types of wheels. I got this one here, but I think I like this one up here a little better. Let me kind of scroll on up. I did several types of rims, and we've got that one there. This one might be a fun one to do. So that might be a fun one to do. We'll break that one up, break that down, and model that one there. So if anybody has any questions, just stop me anytime, and ask questions on the chat box. I'll be happy to answer them. So, all right, let's go into Blender. Let's bring in a reference image, okay? And, oops, that's the wrong Blender. I want to turn that one off. I had two versions of Blender open here. I've got one right behind, which is right there. There we go. All right, let's start fresh. File menu, new, go to General. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start fresh. And let's go to the front view, hit the one key in the numeric pad. We will hit Shift A, go to our images, and then we're going to go into the reference image category. All right, so it's bringing up where do I want to get my reference images. I'm going to be pulling from my lessons folder, presentations, and then I've got a Blender 101 Studio Arts, I think is what it was titled. There it is, right there. So I use these images for my Studio Arts class. I'm the lead Blender instructor at the Studio Arts in Los Angeles. And we're going to go to our reference folder here, reference images right there. Let's go ahead and take a look. So here, actually, no, it would be, no, it wouldn't. Yes, it would. It would be, yes, it would be here. Let me go back up. It would not be in the references folder. It would be under a folder under the Studio Arts, and I believe I called it wheels or tires. There it is, tire. Okay, I gotta remember that. Now here are my images. Okay, cool. So we'll grab this one. There she is. Okay, so I'm going to align this a little better. So we're going to break this down. So let's bring down the opacity of the image. Go to the opacity. Click on opacity. Take it down to 0.5. There. Okay. So if we take a look at this, we're going to break it down to its basic shape. So what I'm seeing here is this is the shape right in here, right? Is that shape there. And that shape is repeated all the way around. And how many sections? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. And so to make my life, make it easier on me, I'm going to rotate this image here a little bit. So let me say Control, I think it is Control, and erase that. Okay, and I'm going to rotate this. Hit the R key, rotate this so that shape is being split right down the middle as best as I can do it, as eye it. There. Okay, so I've got the Z-axis coming straight down and the Y-axis coming straight on over. And I'm going to try to line this up as best as I can. Looks like I can move this upward a little bit. And I want to make sure I'm in local orientation. I want to go to global orientation so I can always see my global axes. So with this image selected, I'm going to kind of pull it up, and I'm just eyeing it to be right dead center. I think that will do it. I think that'll do it. Okay, so I'm going to make a new folder. Hit the M key because that image. In fact, let's rename the image first. Let's rename this one wheel or rims, I should say. and then hit the M key. Put that in the folder, new collection. Call it ref images. And then I'm going to take the folder and I'm going to lock it, hitting that little arrow there. See, if an arrow is not there on your system, it's because you didn't put it in. It didn't tell Blender to show it. That's right up here, this little funnel symbol. And if you drop it down, make sure at the very top, the first 5 are selected. And then that way you'll see what I'm seeing on my Blender system. Okay, so let's go have some fun. And yep, more people are jumping in. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the Blender 3D and LightWave chat. Ace Hoffman's here. B Media's here. David Glenn is here. Gary Oshurst, the Oshust is here. Mac Nonsense, Mandala, and many, many others actually. That's not showing up in the chat. Welcome everybody. All right, let's go have some more fun. So remember, this is the shape right here. This is the shape.
Steve, I think we just lost you.
Okay, something went wrong. Share screen. Entire screen. There we go. Wow, what happened? You need to unmute your mic.
You were on there for a while and, working on this, and it just went blank.
It went blank. Oh, that's really bizarre.
You tell me.
All right.
I figured your system had crashed or something.
No, I was sitting here just presenting and paying attention to Blender, and then I realized, wait a minute, this thing is not transmitting. Really bizarre. Sorry about that, everybody.
Well, there's probably a whole bunch in Twitch that are happy right now. I see that Ace Hoffman says, "Welcome back."
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Yes, I don't know what happened. I think StreamYard crashed a little bit, and but yeah, everything should be fine. Okay, that good. I'm glad everybody can see me now. So, if in case you missed it, I just mirrored the one piece I was creating. So if I come up here, let's turn off the mirror.
I'm going to mute me.
There's the one piece. Now remember, this is going to be mirrored, right? And also on an array. So I don't need these front faces here. So if I go back into edit mode, I'm going to grab that face, because it's going to be problematic if you don't delete them. Shift select this face. X key, faces gone. That's what you want. Okay, so that is what you want. So if I turn that back on, there we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do an array of this. Let's go to object mode. And we need a total of 5, right? So we need a total of 5 of these on an array. So we're going to add the array, generate, and basically yes, we are. We're going to add the array, not the array legacy, but the new array.
Yep.
For this to work, the orientation, well, I guess I can use an empty for this to array around. So with this selected, well, I think we're going to be fine right here. So if I turn off, let me just kind of that's the mirror. Let me turn off the array temporarily. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to put my Shift S, put my 3D cursor just as a visual reminder. That should work. Okay, so instead of line, we're going to go to the circle. Okay, I'm going to turn that on. It's going to circle. There. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Well, that's really weird. How about Control A? I want to go Control A. Rotation and scale. That's good. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Circle, 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 count. I want a total of 5. And I want this to be around, let's see what axis do I want this here. I want that to be around the y-axis. So y-axis, interesting. That's interesting. Very weird. Okay. It's doing it, but not doing it the way
you want it.
The way that I want it. So let's try this. Let's turn it off temporarily. I'm going to right click, set origin to 3D cursor. So there's my origin. I'm also going to, just to make sure I've got everything scale and rotation set properly. And it should, this whole piece, not unless the mirror is getting in the way. Let's try this. Let's turn that on. Let's flip the orientation. No, that's not going to do a thing. Very weird. Very, very weird. So, why? All right. I know I can go in here, select all. Let's go over here to the local view. I want to see what's happening as I rotate this piece. Very weird. Okay, let's see. Why is it doing that? Why would it do that? If my orientation's here, it should rotate around the orientation, huh? Well, that's one throw it. Come now. Let me try this. I will try this. Let me go back. Kind of. Okay, take off that modifier. Circle 5, full rotation. My stylus is acting up on me here a little bit. All right, let's see. The radius is going to be 360, right? 360, supposed to be degrees. That's meters. Put that down to 0 again. Huh. Randomize merge, align rotation. Y-axis. Forward. Interesting. Just playing around with these and see what we're. That's very interesting. Well, okay. Let's try this until I figure out what's going on there. So if that's my rotation, I don't want to, but I could try merging this together, merging the mirror or applying the mirror. I don't think I need to do that. I'm going to try something else. I'm going to put in an empty in here. I'm going to try the old way of doing it and see if this works. So empty, I'm going to put an empty arrows there. It shows up right there, exactly. Okay, orientation for the empty. This is matching the orientation for the empty. Okay, so we got a mirror. And we need an array. I'm going to go try it the old way. I want the old array, which is going to be legacy there. Okay. This is going to be 5. I want object offset, and I want to select the empty. Okay, not turn off relatives and stuff to empty. Okay, that works. So if I go to the empty, let's turn on the rotation option. Let's come up here, go to the empty. I'm going to pull this on out of here and put that into the scene view. Okay, with the empty selected, see, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, it's working. All right, so to make this accurate, I'm going to undo it. With the empty selected, we want the rotation for the y-axis to be 360 degrees divided by 5 perfectly. There we go. So there's our rims. Don't know why the new array didn't do it, but I'm not going to stress out about it. This one worked. Okay. So the last thing I'm going to do is I think I'm going to use, let's see, I want to go to the rims. Let's get that reference image for the rims. Let's bring that back up real quick. And they're right here in bridge, I believe, right there. So the rims is going to be pretty simple. All right. And so you can kind of see this. They'll be pretty simple. They're going to kind of taper up and outwards and down and flat across. We're never going to see it anyway because the tire is going to be over it. So I'm not going to worry about the little extra detail in here. Or I could if I want to. All right, let's bring that on over. And I think what I like to do is probably just use a cylinder. All right, let's just use a cylinder. We'll go 1/2 of the cylinder. We'll create it. So let's go ahead, Shift-A, Mesh, Cylinder. There we go. And this cylinder, we don't have to have so many sides to this. We go to 16. Okay. Take the cylinder. We're going to rotate it. Let's make sure, go to my global view here. I'm going to rotate it on the X. So R key X90. Oops, wrong one. Wrong one. Grab I thought I was grabbing. Oh, you know what? Did the cylinder get put inside the reference images folder? It did. Let me close that up and put that up here at the top. Somewhere where it won't keep messing me up. Okay, there's my cylinder. Rotate X90. There we go. Okay, let's go to work. Let's go to, oops, that was an accident. There we go. And one more. Control-Shift-Z to put it back. Grab this. Rotate X90. There we are. Control-A, rotation and scale. Tab key, edit. And let's kind of bring this off to the side a little bit. So I'm going to go to the Move tool. Bring it off to right about there. S key, bring it up. I got to keep my cursor away from our object and make it easier to control. S key, bring it up right about there, I think it is. Okay. Grab that face. Bring it on back. Okay. All right, gonna look at the reference. And it wants to be, I know what we want to do. Go to straight onto the face. Select all. A key to select all. Scale it out a little bit, about there. Okay. Then I'm gonna hit the I key, the inset. It's gonna, oops, wrong thing. Select the top face. I better do the other side equally. I key the inset to right about there. Cool. All right, then we're going to inset it one more time. I key the inset again and take it to right about here. And then what we're going to do is go to the scale, hit my X-ray, and bring it in this way a little bit like that. Yeah. So I'm going to match the angle of these little angled pieces on the end. Bring it down to right about there. That looks right. Okay, and now we're ready to just merge these. So make sure I've got this right. I think I do. Right click, loop tools, bridge. Poorly, it's not bridging right. Don't know why. So what we're going to do is we're going to slice it and do what I need to. This is going to be mirrored anyway. So Control R here. Hit the I think it's the V key that will slice it. Let your mouse hover on the half. Hit the L key that'll select everything on that side. X key faces will deal with it this way. Okay. That's it. So get rid of this face. Actually, before I get rid of the face, let's hit the E key and just extrude it to here. Now get rid of the face. Okay, eventually we're going to mirror that, so we'll deal with that later. So A key, push this on in. There we go. That'll work just quite nicely. Okay. That'll work quite nicely. There we go. Get our rims here. And I'm not going to have any problems with it, with the extrusion in the middle being offset, because it will be mirrored. All right, let's take a look at our reference real quick. We're doing pretty good. Of course, we got to get the holes in the mirror here. That's not going to be a problem. And now we need to start thinking about the tire itself. Or how we're going to do these treads. This is nice little modeling exercises to just challenge yourself with these nice little modeling exercises for tires and stuff. It'll help boost confidence and get you really used to the blender tools. I want to take a look at this from a side view. Yeah, that's fairly straight, but there's a slight little curve there, and there's a slight little bowing in. Okay, let's go deal with that now. So if I come up here, go to my object view, select this here, and let's go to edit mode. Great. All we need to do is edit this one. See, it's easy peasy. Just edit this one. So it's a little bowing in on the center and a little bit bowing in on the top. So I think we can do it with one little step here. Control R here, slice it, and then slice it twice. rolling the scroll wheel. I think that'll deal with the problem. So to deal with the curve on the top, just grab that front face. Make sure I'm in local view, or actually go to normal. Actually, that'd be better for that front face, and just pull it up. In fact, I think this whole section comes up. So if I double click this here, now you notice the orientation changed because of the nature and the flow of your geometry. No orientation, normal or global, is not going to work here. Normal, global, or local is not going to work here. None of those will work. So we're going to create our own orientation. Select that front face in normal mode orientation. That's the direction we want. Then all we do is come over here, drop this down to see your various orientations. Hit the plus key, and now you just created a brand new orientation that adheres to the orientation of our current face. So if we double click all of them now, they all match the same orientation. So pull that up. There we go. There's our little curvature we wanted. In fact, we also want to get a little bit of a curvature down here. So hit the 2 key for edge editing mode. Grab that whole edge. Grab that bottom. Grab that bottom. I don't think I need to really grab the bottom here, but I'll do it anyway. Using that same orientation mode, and just match that curvature like that. There we go. There we go. Now we got the curve. Now what we need to do is need to bow in a little bit. That's easy. So I will just grab these faces, basically using that same orientation. And I think all I need to do is go to the scale and just push it in like that. Yeah. Okay. That'll work. Starting to give a little bit more of a character. The wheel we see. So eventually, we're going to have to do rivets in here in the middle. We could use booleans for that, but then again, we don't have to. Let's get out of here, go to object mode. There we go. All right, so we got the wheel done. Kind of assessing the thickness of the wheel. Let's go grab this, go into edit mode and X-ray. Let's go grab all these edges here. Like so. Let's flatten this out on the, what we see is a Z-axis. So that's face editing. Let me go over here and go to global mode. Flatten it out on the Y-axis. So scale Y0, done. That flattens it out. Okay. And we're going to take this and just move it probably to something right about here. Still a little bit too thick. Bring it a little thinner. That's good. Shift S, cursor to select it. Get out of here, go to object mode, right click, origin to 3D cursor. And let's mirror this on the Y-axis. So add, mirror on the Y. There we go. Of course, as you can see, I'll need to mirror these two, but we'll deal with that later. So I'm going to save it, Control Shift S, And let's see, I'm going to put this back into the lessons folder, presentations, and I'm going to go find, I think that's under Blender 101 Studio Arts. There it is, under the tire folder. There it is. And we'll drop it there. I'm going to call it Twitch Tire. So I know it's with you guys. Cool. No questions, huh? Looking at the StreamYard chat. Yeah, sorry about the dying. For some reason, StreamYard dropped out on us. Don't know why. But it did.
Mm.
We got back. All right.
Yeah, I've been playing around with retopology on Tripo.
Cool.
So I got somewhat of a positive result out of it.
So, yeah, that's good. Moving along with this real quick. I'm going to apply subdivision surfaces. There we go. Now that's getting our nice circular shape. So we're going to let sub Ds do the work for us. And let's go down to the bottom to our sub Ds. I'm going to go to here. There we go. We still want that edginess though. We want to keep some flat edges going on in there, and that's where we're going to have to use our control or edge controls. So if I get inside of edit mode here, I want to keep a flat edge. So if we take a look at our image, we've got flat edges here. Yeah, right along this, because you can see here, stop. All right, thank you. Right along flat edges, right along the edges, all the way to the top. It comes in a little bit, another flat edge. So we're going to have to control that. And that's where we're going to do our edge loops. So we'll start from the inside here, from the outside, I should say. Control R. And start to create our edge. There's one edge. Excuse me. Control R again. And there is the other edge. But I've got an inside here and an outside. If I go to Control R here, I can better control that. Okay. Let's go to X-ray mode so we can see what we're doing. I need another one for the inside. Control R. There it is. Let's kind of take off the X-ray mode here real quick. Double G. See, I'm able to get these nice little edge controls here. Come down to here. Control R and pinch that up here as well. There we go. We got our nice flat edges right along there. So that's going to work. A little bit of edge control. All right, let's do one other thing. So what I'll do is next Saturday, we'll work on the tire and the treads in the tire. We'll model all of that. And we'll bring it around. But we're gonna apply as subdivision surfaces to this front of the wheels as well. So grab here. Let's go over here. My modifiers, kind of bring that on up. that on up. Generate sub Ds there. Perfect. Yeah, it looks great. Of course, I'm going to have to add some control edges to this as well. So we'll give this a levels of view of 3 to smooth it out a little bit. And as you can see, because they're starting to pinch, it's because we need some edge loops. Need some control loops. Let's go ahead and go in edit mode in here. There's my subject right there. So first of all, I want to add an edge loop around the top to start pinching off a little bit of our harder edge around the just the upper section here. So Control R here, pull it on up. See? Now Blender has a feature where you can select an edge of a sub D shape, and you can come over here to item and adjust the crease. But I find this to be much more accurate. So let's see what else I've got here. I'm going to, let's see what I've got here. I'm going to take this down, these edges here. Take this edge down. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Grab those. Let's see if I double G it. Can I go? I can't go all. I can go downwards, but I guess I could do this. Push it down like that. Yeah, that's better. More better. And then the next thing I want to do is I want to bring this up. You'll see why in just a little bit. Select all of these here. Grab that, that, and that. Pull that up like this. Because that is what it's doing in a photograph. So now what I need to do is I need to control these edges once again. All right, so if I come here to the side, Control R, and pinch it in like so. You need to do that there. So we need to do the same thing to the other side. Control R, pinch it in. There we go. It's that simple. Let me close that up. So I've got to start manipulating a few of these little edges here. I'm going to grab this one here. This also extends up to here. I think there's one more. Well, let me see what this does. If we double click this, or maybe if I double click this here, there we go. That's what I want. Let me see where this is. Pull this around. That's what I want. Just pull that in just a little bit. Okay, just paying attention to details. And then one more. And let's kind of pull it on down. Yeah. See how that looks. Yeah, there we go. All right, so I got to come in here and clean up the circle a little bit to make it a lot more circular. That's actually fairly easy. But we'll deal with that next week because we're out of time. So we lost half our group, I think, when we blanked out. Gosh, sorry about that. But we've got Mandala's here, Magnonsens is here, Gary's here, Davis. There's more. I'm not seeing everybody. So we'll do our they're gonna miss out on the giveaway thing. We'll do the giveaway thing. So we'll do it's the 5-week Blender 3D class. Notepad. I'm gonna put in the see last week that was an old number from something else. So I'm gonna type a number in there from 1 to 100. And whoever gets close to my number, I'm going to take it off screen, wins the 5-week Blender 3D class. So go ahead and type in now. I should see numbers coming through. Cool. Got Gary there. Make sure everybody heard this. I see a bunch of people here, but no one's responding. Gary's the only person there watching. Type in a number from 1 to 100. Well, maybe what I should do, let's see. Glenn, you're there, right? I know I didn't lose you guys again. Glenn is not speaking.
I'm here.
You are, but your microphone is muted probably from your actual hardware. There you go. There you go. Now you unmuted.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking since we lost everybody, because it looks like we've lost everybody, we do the giveaway next week.
Right.
Yeah, because we crashed and most of the people kind of went away thinking I was gone. So
that's fair.
That's fair. I think that'd be more fair. So we'll do that next week.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
I don't know if you can look at my screen, but I went back to Gemini. And,
yeah, we got 2 minutes left if you want to switch back. So let me remove my screen and put your screen up.
Yeah, just put it for your benefit. More than anything else. I told her to smile. Look at what I got.
Oh, great.
I can't ever blow it up any bigger, but
great.
Yeah, that is the most. Plus, she's gained glasses.
It's just through Nano Banana, so
yeah,
he's got to keep regenerating them. There's other AIs out there that you can try it and see.
Yeah, honestly,
yeah. So
Gary says it's a little disturbing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. It is. I should have used the artwork that I originally wanted to use, but it took the last one and it gave that smile, and it was like she's almost too happy.
Yeah.
Like notice me, Senpai. Oh, anyway, I just thought that was a quickie. I thought I'd show you.
All right. Cool.
It came from it came from this one here, which is another one with glasses. I said, improve a smile, make her smile, and I want to see her teeth. Yeah, open her mouth a bit, and wampa.
Yeah.
Oh well.
That's good.
Talk to you later.
All right, great. Thanks for being here, everybody. We'll see everybody next Saturday.
You take care.
All right, so I'm going to go and end the stream.